Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to Twitch Tuesday, now on Wednesday, now back on Tuesday, now also on YouTube. My name is Nat. That is Dylan. We're live talking Oscars and Last of Us finale. A lot to talk about.
I
How you do, Dylan?
also watched Creed 3 over the weekend. So,
Oh, okay. So we'll talk Creed 3 too.
yay. Oscars was pretty good. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, you want to go Oscars first and Last of Us, then, or no? Let's do Oscars, Creed, and Last of Us.
Creed, Last of Us. Yeah.
All right.
For the record, I'm gonna do a nice little soft open while we kill some time for people to.
Yeah, let's soft open it up.
Yeah, I got some new glasses. I don't know if you can tell.
They look nice. I haven't really noticed your glasses.
So
what's different about them?
They're extra big.
Oh, I see.
If you get in, you'll see they cover much more of my face, right? Much
there
more
you go.
Of my face.
That's what the Gen Z kids are wearing.
Yeah, I was trying to get some see-through clear ones to really blend in with the Gen Zers or the tech bros, but they didn't have the see-through ones in a big enough things because my eyes, whenever you're, Nat, you can probably relate. When you have eyes with, the slants being about this big, then you really need glasses to take up a lot of space because what happens is there tends to be a lot of best way I can describe it is when you have glasses on, how much of your eyes are covered by your glasses, about like this, about 95% of my I have to look to the edges to look outside my glasses. My old pair of glasses, it was 30% above my eyes. I just see everything. So no bueno.
Yeah, that's not good at all. I'm glad you got some better glasses. That's great.
Yeah. These have blue light protection built in. These have glare protection built in. These things are expensive.
I mean, what more can you ask for from glasses? That's the gamut.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd ask of anything else in my glasses.
That's it. We're still waiting for people to trickle in. We got 2 viewers. I'm pretty sure those are both me. But who knows? If you're in the chat, just say hello, and we'll acknowledge you.
Also, if I don't have to bring this up last week, I also got the Galaxy Fold 4. It's the phone that's also a tablet.
Wow. I didn't peg you for an Android guy.
Yeah, definitely an Android guy. I haven't been an Apple dude in years. What kind of phone you got now?
I got an iPhone.
Oh.
John Pearson in the chat says Twitch Tuesday.
Hey, so Twitch Tuesday. John. Hey, John. How we doing?
It's great that you're watching on Twitch because we haven't had Twitch viewers in years.
Yeah, we needed a Twitch viewer. Thank you, John, for sticking around.
I don't even tweet out the Twitch link anymore. I just tweet out the YouTube link.
You know what?
So thank you for finding this on your own.
Right. You had to have followed us to know that we were going live on Twitch, especially this soon into the show. Now that John's here, we can start the show. Let's talk Oscars.
Oh yeah, I wasn't prepared for this at all. I just got off of work. So I don't have the score at the moment. Hang on.
So we both did pretty good.
Well, that's kind of debatable.
John says bye then. All right, good talk, bye. Good talk, John.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
So there was a winner, and it was pretty definitive.
Uh-huh.
Let me look. So I'm not gonna.
I remember getting a lot of these right.
You did get more than half of them right.
Jamie Lee Curtis threw us both through a loop, though.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you did better than I thought. There was a point in the show where you were batting 500, but you made up some ground. So
yeah,
the scores were
flat on the Western Front kept winning these oddball categories.
I know, what is up with that? Babylon didn't get shit.
Yeah.
So I had 18 out of 23 right,
and
you had 14 out of 23 right.
That's so fucked. I want to see this math.
Yeah, let's bring it up.
Let's bring up the math. Bring up the math. I want to see this. Yeah, I do remember that there was a run of ones where it was well, there's All Quiet on the Western Front again, but okay. So, best picture.
Let's start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so costume design. I guessed Elvis. You guessed Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I believe it went to Black Panther.
No, Costume Black Panther did take it.
Yeah.
I knew I should have picked Black Panther on that one. I said it on the show last week. I was like, Black Panther probably wins this one because I've been saying their costumes designs are really good.
Would probably help if I had the result in front of me. So let me pull that up.
Black Panther did take that one, though. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that threw me for a loop. I thought for sure it would be either between Elvis or
Miss Harris Goes
Everything
to Paris.
Everywhere.
Oh, I remember thinking you were trying to bait me with Miss Harris Goes to Paris earlier on. You're like,
I was trying to bait you. That was not serious.
Yeah.
Okay. So Black Panther did win. So that's a point for you and me. And then scrolling up, we had makeup and hairstyle. We both got that right. No big surprise there.
Yeah.
Sound. I had Top Gun Maverick. You had Elvis.
How fucking dare Top Gun Maverick win this stupid category, by the way?
It was obvious from the start. It was clearly it's the superior movie when it comes to sound. You should watch it.
I've never watched it. I never watched either. I couldn't tell you, but
I think you. So you might have lost your chance because this movie needs to be seen in theater, and it's too late for that now.
Well,
so you kind of missed out of there.
Oopsies.
I wish we can change it to dark mode. We still haven't figured that out. I don't understand.
Yeah. I wish you would figure that out.
All right. We got original score. I guess Babylon like an idiot, and you had Banshees.
I just want to have Banshees try to win something. I didn't win any awards this past year, but
it's freaking not quite on the Western Front. Who saw that coming?
To be fair, I still would have put Everything Everywhere if it wasn't Banshees. So I wasn't going to lose either way.
You know what? For this award, I think that All Quiet on the Western Front was very well made, but I just did not vibe with the score at all. I think it was iconic, and you heard it when they were like accepting the award. But like
the deep German Reich sound, I'm like when I heard it, I was like, all right, this is a memorable score. I'll give it that. But every one of these movies has an inferior score to the Batman, if I'm being honest. So
that's a very good point.
So Batman snubbed. Yep, snubbed.
All right, we got best song, Not To. Both got it right.
Asians always take it.
Hell yeah. Visuals, obviously Avatar.
Avatar was gonna take that.
We
both got the Irish Goodbye right because I remember thinking I was like laughing whenever we found
it. So this is one where I didn't know the odds, and I just picked Irish Goodbye off the name. So it's crazy that we both got it right.
Yeah.
We had
I also laughed that the Elephant Whisperer took this category as well because I remember thinking like,
oh, is that who won?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that right.
Yeah.
Documentary feature, I guess Navalny. You guys, Fire of Love. And
I should have picked Navalny. I wasn't thinking about this one very well.
So honestly, Fire of Love, I didn't realize this when we were picking, but that's the only movie that I've seen anything about in terms of like anything.
I didn't even know Navalny had like a documentary. So like low key, if I had thought about it for like 5 more seconds, I would have been like, no, it's very topical. Navalny's probably it. But the fact that I hadn't heard of it, I was just like, dude, that must have been terrible then if it's incredibly topical. So,
yeah, there you go. And then we both got this wrong. Animated short, I guess Ice Merchants. You guess My Year of Dicks.
Yeah.
I believe it was
the Fox and the Horse was the winner on that one.
Yeah. So that
was still, you know what? I don't care. I'll die on this hill. My Year of Dicks is the best name of any movie this past year. So,
that's a good hill to die on. Then we got Best Animated, Pinocchio. Yep. Easy. International feature. This is also pretty obvious.
Yeah. All Quiet was the only one other nominated for that.
Production.
We both got games on this one.
I don't understand. Babylon had such great production design, but I mean, to be fair,
All Quiet not better than a war movie. Oscars love war movies for technical awards every single time.
We had adapted screenplay. I don't know why you guys guessed Glass Onion, but it was clearly woman talking.
You didn't know it was women talking either. It just so happened that you know what? They had to give this movie something. Unlike Apple, they said they had to give this movie something, and then they gave it this.
Danny Costa in chat says that's a good movie title. I agree. I think Woman Talking is a great title.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
More like women stealing the awards.
Oh,
I went there. I said it.
Yeah, original screenplay. I guess Everything Everywhere All at Once. You guess Banshees of Inisherin.
At this point, I was committed to just being like, I just want Banshees to win something, and it didn't. So,
it didn't win anything. That's right.
No, it didn't.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm like, it's the second best movie of the year.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's pretty up
I'd
there.
go that far. Okay, it's definitely the second best picture on the best pictures.
No, it's Top Gun Maverick. You're forgetting.
Nope. Oscars hate the Irish. Fact. They'll nominate Irish all day long, but they won't give them an award.
Next up, we had editing.
Oh,
Obviously,
this was
how
an
could you?
easy.
How did it not win? If it
This
had
was
to
the
win something,
easiest
it had to be
three.
this.
Easiest three ever.
Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, easy.
Yep.
It's a war
Everybody
movie.
loves that one. Our boy Ki Hoi Kwan steals it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that was probably my favorite.
That was my favorite win. I cried.
Yeah.
I cried with him on that one.
My favorite speech too, like of all time. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Got Angela Bassett for Best Supporting Actress. We both got it wrong. Jamie Lee Curtis sneaking out of nowhere and stealing it.
Good for, you know what? Here's the thing. I wasn't upset with any one of these people taking their wins, except for maybe Hong Chao. Hong Chao, I don't know about getting Best Supporting, but Jamie Lee Curtis getting it was.
You've seen The Whale. You saw it after our last episode.
She's good. I just don't think that she's like Best Supporting Actress good.
So you would say she's the least deserving out of these five?
Out of these five, yeah, I'd give Carrie Condon over her.
See, that's crazy to me because I had Jamie Lee Curtis as my last.
Really?
I think she's great, but she's overshadowed by literally everyone else in the movie. I think Stephanie Hsu did better than her. I think Ki Wei Kwan did better than her. Michelle Yeoh was obviously amazing.
Sure.
I don't know if she deserved this award. I think it was more of a legacy thing, which I'm fine with, but like,
yeah,
I don't think she was the best.
Whenever she got the award, I kind of had that same mindset. I was like, I feel like this is just because they're overdue to give her something, and this makes sense.
And don't get me wrong, I'm very happy for her. So congratulations on the win.
I would say JLC, for the record, is probably okay. I think Angela Bassett's first. I think Steph Sue is second. Jamie Lee Curtis might be fourth for me, actually. Carrie Condon is really good.
She's really good.
Yeah, she's really good in that role. Yeah,
Carrie Condon is a clear number 3 for me.
Yeah, she's a third or fourth. Like that's probably right. That's probably right.
I would go Angela Bassett, Stephanie Hsu, Carrie Condon, Hong Chao, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I'll flip Hong and Jamie for me, but yeah, the top 3 feels right though.
Yeah, that's fair. They're all very good.
Yeah, they're all good. Everyone else is actually great. Hong Chao is just good though.
Danny says Dylan has not watched Top Gun Maverick. No, he has not. Can you believe that?
Correct, because I haven't watched Top Gun 1, and at this point, I'm locked into not watching this franchise now. It's much like the rest of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh, you gotta watch Fast and Furious. It's so good. It's peak cinema. Brian Nussbaum, welcome to the chat. He says Goonies starring winner Ki Wei Kwan.
Yeah, boy, we take those W's. I'm so stoked.
Dubs. That reunion was so good.
Yeah, as soon as I love that, like. The friends I was watching Oscars with was like, why is Harrison Ford, like Hollywood's grumpiest grandpa, like presenting the best Oscar? And it was just like, come on.
For that moment.
It has to be for that moment. Like, that's exactly it. So, anyway, let's move past Best Supporting Actress. Let's get into the real.
Best Actor, Brendan Fraser.
Can I say really quick? So, Brendan Fraser was the easy one up here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but to laugh. You're Austin Butler. You make this auto biopic that is clearly targeted towards an Oscar critic. And Elvis wins no awards.
Zero. Not even
award.
Best Sound.
And based on the trailers, he looked like he did a really good job. But man, how unfortunate it is that you make a movie in the same year that Everything Everywhere All at Once is nominated. And it's like, well, fuck me, I guess. And the funny thing is, Everything Everywhere didn't even win in this award. Fucking Brendan Fraser comes back out of nowhere and takes the award from you.
He comes back out of nowhere. This is the career revival of a lifetime to come back and win an Oscar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Also, I think Brendan Fraser was having a bit of a panic attack on stage and was like, all right, don't quit making whale metaphors and references.
I was going to say, like, way too many whale jokes, but I'm having
way too many whale references. But you know what, Brendan? We're glad you're back. Like, that being said, in order after this, top 3, Brendan Fraser, Colin Farrell, probably Austin Butler. Yeah.
So if I was voting, then Paul Mescal would get my vote because he's he's far and away the best actor, had the best performance out of all these.
Hmm.
But he would have the lowest odds. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. After Sun got no recognition outside of this. So
no. After Sun, have you seen After Sun?
I haven't.
It's incredible. I think it's on Amazon or something. But
What's
it's so good.
After Sun about?
It's kind of hard to say without spoiling it, but it's about a father and daughter. So the dad is divorced from the girl's mother. So this like he's getting to spend time with her on this vacation, and then some things come to light. So
Okay,
I can't say
hijinks
any more than that.
ensue. Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't say hijinks, but that wouldn't be the word I would use. But some stuff happens.
All right. And then stuff happens. Gotcha.
All right, we got Best Actress.
Feels good, man. Feels good.
It's about time.
As long as Andrea Riseborough didn't win it, that's fine with me.
Did you not like her until Leslie?
No, I thought
she's
she was
so
really,
good.
I thought she was really overrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man. Okay. I disagree.
I think amongst all of these ones, she's like, not that it's bad. It's just not comparable to the other four.
I would put her at 4, just above Michelle Williams, just because we didn't get too much of Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans to as much.
Here's a weird like quick review of The Fabelmans. I think The Fabelmans is good. I really do. I kind of like it more the more I think about it, but Fabelman's performances are not like very big, right? Like in a good way. Like I like it, and I think like critics should like it, but I feel like because it doesn't have that essence and big drama and stuff attached to it, that I feel like it's very easy to overlook. Like Michelle Williams getting nominated, I guess I get, but it's also like I don't feel like if you said, is this gonna be Michelle Williams even top 3 roles? Is this what she wins an Oscar for? I'm like, I don't know. Probably shouldn't be this one.
Hasn't she already won an Oscar?
She has. But if she won a second Oscar, it's like,
did she win for Blue Valentine?
I don't remember what she won for. I'd have to double check on that one. Watch Harrison Ford in Shrinking, grumpy but funny. Listen, I love Harrison Ford as grumpy as he gets. Let him get it.
Also, thank you so much, Danny, for the $3 super sticker.
Thank you, Danny. You're killing it, buddy.
Straight into Jake's pocket.
Yeah, right into Jake's pocket. You're just paid the Jake tax to be a viewer on this show.
Okay, so it looks like she hasn't won an Academy Award. She's just been nominated a bunch.
I was going to say, I know she's been nominated at least a couple times now.
She's been nominated 5 times.
5 times, really? What are her nominations?
Okay, so she was nominated for Brokeback Mountain, first of all, Blue Valentine, My Week with Marilyn, Manchester by the Sea, and Fabelmans.
Yeah, Fabelmans doesn't feel like if nobody won Best Actors from that one, I think that makes sense, frankly.
Yeah, I still feel like Gabriel LaSalle should have gotten a nomination, but
if anybody was going to get a nomination, it should have been Gabriel, right? Like out of that crew. But is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, I think a lot of the performances were more like subtle, and it wasn't as showy as some of the other performances.
Right.
Like I think Paul Dano did amazing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it's best actor caliber.
Right. I mean, and to this point, like if it's not Spielberg, does this movie even get recognized for Best Picture? Right. Like I feel like that's another, like maybe some of the technicals, or at least a screenplay. But frankly, like so much of this appeal is because it's Spielberg, and so much because of that does carry in. But this isn't a movie that's meant to be winning Oscars, frankly. Like the fact that it does is because of the caliber of Spielberg, and from there, I'm like, I definitely don't think an actor should take any movie.
Yeah, I just think it's so hard to separate the two. Like this is intrinsically a story about Spielberg, so without that, you wouldn't be able to make the movie. But I think that on its own, without any knowledge of Spielberg, it's still a Best Picture worthy nomination.
Right.
I don't think it's Best Picture, but like it's such a good movie, and yeah, Love Letters to Hollywood and Biopics are usually locks for Oscar wins. I agree.
True. And for that reason, I could see it being nominated for Best Picture, but not necessarily winning in any category. In the technicals, maybe technicals, but definitely not in the actors right? Because just this kind of movie is kind of hard to sit there and gauge like against who, when it's like Spielberg's family, who was not a list of like particularly famous people, to my understanding. Anna de Armas, on the other hand, her doing Blonde, which is clearly a reference, to somebody who was famous. We have somebody to compare it to. Fableman's is kind of hard because it's like, all right, well, we have to kind of imagine what Spielberg's parents are like. So,
yeah, there's a movement in the chat. Everyone's saying you should watch Top Gun Maverick, and I agree.
Man, you know what? Here's what I think about Top Gun Maverick in 5 seconds or less.
Just forget it has Ed Harris. You'll enjoy it.
Does it have Ed Harris in it? Oh, hell no. I definitely can't watch it. Danny for 99 cents says nothing. Anyways, go ahead and move on. Let's
okay. And last but not least. No, sorry. I forgot Best Director.
Best Director. Daniels was taking this, no questions asked. Yeah.
Good to see an Asian person win.
Real quick though, who's the second winner? Who takes the silver? Oh. Chat, what do you think? Who do you think is the second most serving Best Director in this one?
So if I was voting, I would go Spielberg. I thought it was like masterfully directed. Obviously, it's Spielberg.
Yeah.
So that would be my number 2. But I could see a case for Martin McDonagh.
And here's my case for Martin McDonagh. He did the second best movie of the year for the Oscars. The end.
I think the second best movie actually won this award.
No.
I think it did. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is the second best movie of the year.
That's not true at all. No, so I'll never watch again. You guys are crossing the fucking line. Oh, okay, Paul. All right. Good seeing you. But no, with Martin McDonagh. So here's my big take on Martin McDonagh for Best Director as like number 2. Is that you have something directly comparable from his last. Like if we're comparing In Bruges, which is very much a spiritual sequel to In Bruges, if you'd seen that one. This one feels like it took all of the good punch, all of the things that In Bruges was doing good, and it made it great. And I think that's that's a good sign of like growth in a director. Whereas you don't really have that for any of the other directors, right? Like Spielberg's like a GOAT, like no questions asked. He's going to be up there no matter what. He makes any movie, it's going to be nominated Best Director because he is one of the best directors, frankly. Fableman's is really good and heartfelt, and it plays to the Academy's taste. But overall, it also kind of just felt like he was doing his thing. Like I said, it didn't feel like he was trying to be overly impressive. If anything, he was trying to keep it grounded, which I suppose a feat in itself. But if anything, I don't feel like that Spielberg showed like an extensive growth of directing from any of his other films. Whereas Martin McDonagh felt like a growth from his last films. And I feel like that in itself is worth noting and appraising, frankly.
It's really surprising to hear you say that because from what I know I think Spielberg's in your top 3 directors, right?
Easy.
It's Nolan, Spielberg, and Waititi.
That's probably right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I apparently am much higher on this movie.
This as a huge Spielberg stan, but Martin McDonagh. Yeah. Listen, I've seen. I know I've seen a third of his movies. I don't remember which one it is, but between In Bruges and Banshees, I was just blown away by Banshees. Like it's the one that, other than Everything Everywhere, left with the biggest impact on me from this year. It just had like a very human story over a very simple concept that was executed incredibly well. That is a sign of a very good fucking director.
Yeah, I can't really argue against that because I love Banshees. It's one of those movies where it took me like some time to think about it, to like really appreciate it. Like I didn't like fully appreciate it right after I left the theater, but like think about it more, I was like, wow, this really is something special. Like it was so funny, it was so sad at the same time. Yeah. It's just a very complete movie. So I could definitely see the argument for that.
I think the other part of it really quickly, and then we'll go up to Best Picture and talk about how much we love Everything Everywhere, is that other than Everything Everywhere, this is the one movie I watched and like I almost immediately wanted to go back and rewatch. You get those feelings where you're like, I need another run on that. I just need to I just want to watch it, enjoy it, process it, feel it, and then see how much more I take out of it because I think that's a movie of depth. I love Spielberg, I do, and Fableman's is good. But Fableman's did not feel like I needed to go back for it. Like I feel like I got my meal and I left and I said it was really good, but I didn't need to go back. for like leftovers. There wasn't more for me to have to figure out. Fableman's is a very start to finish story. Banshees feels like a movie that isn't like I don't have to go back because it's complicated, but just because I want to like process through that story again.
Yeah, for sure. Where would you have Fableman's on your list of Spielberg movies?
Whoo! Fableman's. Jurassic Park.
So I'm gonna go first. I'm not like a huge Spielberg guy. I've seen obviously Jurassic Park. We talked about that extensively on this podcast.
Yes.
I've seen E.T., Jaws, all that. I feel like this would be like probably near the top for me. It's just like so well crafted, and it's like just a masterpiece. I feel like. But I would say you probably have this on the like mid tier or lower tier.
Nah, it's probably a strong mid. It's like high mid for me.
Okay.
So I would say it's probably. Hold on. Okay, in order: Jurassic Park, Hook, Temple of Doom, Jaws. It probably goes Fableman's, Schindler's List, Lost World. Yeah, so it's like 5th.
Just a few spots above Lost World. I like that. That's a interesting placement. Yeah, I mean, I feel that's an appropriate place for someone who like really appreciates Spielberg's filmography.
Right.
Out of all those movies you listed, I think I have this at the top. I haven't thought about it, but like, yeah, this would probably be near the top.
I was about to say because the rest are like, I mean, if you're a big ET fan, great. If you like Catch Me If You Can, cool. Minority Report, okay. Saving Private Ryan, sure. Schindler's List. The other indie flicks, which are also good to bad, depending on your vibes on it. Hook about Schindler's List. Absolutely. Look, listen, Schindler's List is excellent fucking cinema. Let me start by saying that. But yeah, fuck yeah, Hook is above. It's fucking Robin Williams. Get that disrespect out of here, Danny Cost.
So I've said this before, but I've never seen Hook, and I don't know if this is a good movie or not. Because like everyone always says something different about Hook.
Look, here's what I'll say. As a Hook lover, it's a bit long and it's a little bloated and it has some stuff that's like not the best. But the core of that movie has so much fucking heart. All right, let me put it to you like this, right? If Warrior was a 30-minute longer movie and had some bullshit attached to it.
I mean, that sounds really good. That's a kind of a weird comparison.
It's a weird comparison, but Warrior is the first movie I think of that we love almost unabashedly because of how much heart is in that movie, right?
Yeah. I gotta rewatch Warrior, man. It's so good.
Can we just do a Warrior rewatch on the stream?
Let's do it. Let's fucking watch.
I'll fucking turn it on turn it on right now. No, like,
where's it playing? Where is it stream? Anywhere?
It's on HBO Max, I think.
Okay. I know what I'm doing over the weekend.
Danny says, excuse me, it's Dante Basco, Filipino icon star Lumpia, the movie. Technically true, but you can't, listen, Rufio is at least an honorary Filipino. Can we agree on that? Look at that guy. Look at him and tell me that he's not. You know what? Hold on real quick. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's not, but he's definitely honorary. Yeah, I was about to say, that is Dante Basco. That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Yeah, it's literally the Filipino movie of that one. There we go. Case in point. Danny's going to be like, Dante Basco is fucking... Yeah, bro, I fucking know. And they kill him because, of course, they kill Filipino. And they killed him with a sword because that's how he would have died back on the island. Next question.
You just ruined this movie for me. We got Best Picture, the big one, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Easiest. Or should I say Everything Everywhere All the Awards?
Everything Everywhere. All the awards, except for the ones that All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, I know, Danny. I know. I didn't know Dante Basco was the actor's name. I'm not a Schmodown star. I don't need to know actors' names. Motherfucker's name is Rufio. That's it. If I saw him in real life, I would say, Rufio! That's what they would fucking say. I don't need to know his name. His name is Rufio, and of course he's Filipino. Look at him. He's the Tex-Mex of Asian. Of course he's Filipino. On that note, yeah, Oscars are pretty good. Here's my hot theory, by the way. Yeah. So the Cocaine Bear that was running around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that bear? You remember that
I
bear?
remember. I was there.
Actually, Will Smith.
See, I would have marked out so much if that was the case. That would have been great. I was hoping for Will Smith or Matt Damon, either one.
How fucking funny would it have been if that bear assaulted somebody and it was literally like, oh, it was Will Smith all along?
I thought I read somewhere that they told Jimmy Kimmel to stay away from the slap jokes. He did not. He did
He did
not.
not. They steered right into that curve. And I thought, you know what I thought? I thought, good job. Keep him humble. You know, if Will Smith had a Twitter, he'd be tweeting all night about it.
I don't know about all that. He doesn't seem like the guy to me. But yeah, I mean, have you seen Cocaine Bear, by the way? Good movie.
I haven't got a chance to, even though it's local to this region.
It's a fun time. Is it local? Is it Kentucky?
Cocaine Bear is, I think, actually Tennessee, but let me double check.
It's somewhere in those flyover states.
Cocaine Bear is Tennessee, yeah, but it's fairly nearby relative to where we live. So
sure, that's like Danny saying he's from New York. You know?
Yeah, right. Same thing. Right? Trust me, nobody's leaping to say they're from Tennessee, except for Republican politicians.
Danny says, I would like Cocaine Bear slap Christopher Rock. I agree.
I actually went to school with a kid named Christopher Rock.
Did you really?
I swear to God. He never heard the end of it. So I would not like Cocaine Bear to slap my former childhood classmate, Christopher Rock. He seemed like a nice kid.
So you would think with a name like that, you would go by like Topher or something, like Topher Rock, just to like avoid the comparisons.
No, you know what? Here's the thing, right? Like this would have been Bothell or Mill Creek, right? So this is a pretty like white Asian, more like ritzy school, right? It was one of the good Washington schools, the Seattle City schools and stuff like that. I only got there because we moved into Mill Creek, and Mill Creek bled into the school that he went to. But yeah, very much Christopher was the proper name, right? That's how it was like that one had, probably what he would say. I don't know. I haven't had a discussion with him on it, but I imagine that it's like, no, it's easier on your resume if you say Christopher, but maybe he had a very black name or something like that, and they just went by Christopher. I couldn't tell you, but
sure.
Christopher definitely sounds very white. Christopher in full.
It is a very white name. I have not met any people of color named Christopher. I don't think.
Right. Toph, Chris, yeah, black.
Yep.
You could do black on that one. Christopher, nope.
Sure. Can you believe that Michelle Yeoh was the first Asian woman to win Best Actress? That's crazy. She's the second woman of color ever to win.
Yeah. Baffling. And you know what? If it was going to happen with any woman of color, it should be Asians. To be biased, no, I'm not going to throw every other color on the bus. But if it was going to be any other woman of color, Michelle Yeoh was overdue. Bitch better have my Oscars. That's what should have played as she picked her fucking award up. She had been putting in the work for decades, dog. Like, nah. Yeah, I'm stoked about it. I'm so stoked. All the people who needed to win Oscars won their Oscars. Great. Good jobs. Except for Austin Butler. Get fucked. You thought you were going to win an Oscar with that movie? Ha! Surprise. The guy from The Mummy, 99, took your award.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to our next topic, but so apparently there's a limit to how many banners you can have on StreamYard.
Really?
So we're going to have to delete some.
Oh,
I just want to take this moment to scroll back through memory lane and look at all these banners. You can have a maximum of 50, apparently. Okay. So first one on the list, Alaska Talk.
Yeah, that's whenever I went to Alaska. That was a good time.
Yeah. We have the Batman Talk. So that was a while ago.
No spoilers.
Video Game Talk. I think we can leave this one up here.
Which objectively feels like I'm just deleting them as we go along. This objectively feels like our whole show, for the record. So
yeah. We got the Batman spoilers.
Yeah, we gotta let them know when spoilers are dropping.
Peak My Playlist, J. Cole, but when Danny had that music show.
Yeah, that was a good one. Let's go ahead and delete that. We can't let Danny.
Yeah, let's delete that. We got we got the free sub one. We need to keep that. Yeah, Love Is Blind Talk, which I think we should keep for sure.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
We have Oscars Talk from last year.
Wow, we really should put that one up again, huh?
I guess so. We have Morbius
spoilers.
When did we talk about Morbius? Because I don't think you've ever.
I still haven't seen Morbius, but No, we definitely talked about the spoilers. It was whenever the GIF became really popular.
Oh
Of what's his
yeah,
face? Yeah.
Jesse
Take
Swift
it
told
easy,
this one.
sweetheart. Yeah. You already know.
Yeah, this is from our No Chill with Jesse Swift.
Jesse Swift. Oh
So
yeah, we
that
can
can go.
delete these. We're never gonna have Jesse Swift on again. That guy
No,
sucks.
never. Thor: Love and Thunder. It's just the big movies like Moon Knight, Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Oh, you're deleting these as like tripping
I'm
me up.
deleting them as we go because we need to.
We got Obi-Wan, Miss Marvel,
No, we're never gonna talk about Miss Marvel ever again. So that's probably
Stranger Things,
that. Nobody cares about that
which
show.
you haven't seen the third season of. Alex Mack Music Talk. I don't know what that was about. I don't.
I
That
don't
was
know.
so much.
Oh, she came on to talk about the very delightful show, the very delightful song from it's the boat shanty song.
Oh yeah, that was a weird episode.
It's a good song. I don't remember what song it is though. Alex, if you're watching right now, let us know in the
It
comments.
was the Decemberists, I think.
Yeah, the Decemberists. What song though? That's gonna kill me. Hold on, me too.
Okay, well you do that. I'll run through all these. Call
Yeah.
the Asian. We should leave that.
Oh,
Hannah
absolutely.
just got a haircut, which she might get another haircut. So I say
Yeah,
we leave
always
that.
relevant. Always relevant.
Yeah.
Now,
Hannah got a hair
sometimes she
trim.
only gets her hair trimmed though, so you got to keep both because you never know.
Right. Thor: Love and Thunder spoilers. We can delete that.
Yep.
Where's the cat? I think this is an ongoing segment that we should keep.
I like this one. Yeah, frankly.
Dylan bitches about life.
Also could be the name of this show, frankly.
Dylan bitches about a black-owned business.
That one needs to go.
Ezra Miller is a menace. That one can probably stay.
That one's gonna stay relevant for a while, so
Bidet talk.
always good.
Always good. What have we been watching? We don't use this one enough, but we talk about it
We
literally
need to come back
every
to this
episode.
more often. Yeah, that's true.
Jake talks about LA.
Frankly, always topical. That's always a very likely banner on TV.
Mm-hmm. Hot D spoilers. That one's probably coming back once we get the new season.
Yeah, I guess we can let that one stick around.
She-Hulk spoilers. We can probably delete.
They're never gonna have She-Hulk.
What Hannah got at Walmart.
Now this banner will change from time to time, so
Yeah, it could be Walmart, could be Meijer.
yeah.
We got Hannah catches our cat.
I'll tell you, she can go ahead and delete that one. She never cares with cats.
Science with Hannah.
Don't give her the platform. Don't let her do it.
Okay. Sandman talk for 30 seconds or less with Dylan. We can.
The Sandman is such a good fucking show. Did you get around to watching that? I know you didn't.
Nope. You know what else? What else I also didn't watch was Andor.
Both so good. Chat, can you? All right, listen. For all of the watch Top Gun Maverick shit I kept hearing, can one of you all tell Nat
Okay,
how good?
Top Gun Maverick is so much better than Sandman. I'm pretty sure.
You know
Like,
what?
I haven't seen
I
Sandman.
don't fucking know. I don't think that is the case. Mariners.
Okay, was Sandman nominated for an award? I don't think so.
Maybe I didn't go look. It'd be a TV award, so we'd have to go look at it.
I'm pretty sure it didn't get nominated for an Emmy, or if it was eligible, I don't know.
Yeah, it may not be eligible because of its Netflix origins, frankly. So.
I feel like so. Have you seen Black Adam? I don't think you have.
No, I definitely didn't.
So I remember making this just to talk about the end credit scene, which doesn't really matter anymore now that James Gunn has taken over.
Sure does.
So delete that. Ant-Man Quantumanium. Oh, sorry. Ant-Man Quantumania talk.
Oof.
We're catching up to pretty recent now.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's just the trailer.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night.
God, remember how good Werewolf by Night was?
That's so good. So good.
That's you can catch my wife at Hannah Pillar on all of her platforms.
I don't think I was even on for this. I just came in to make the banner.
Save Sam with Hannah for when Brandon comes on, so it's properly misspelled. Oh, that's actually kind of funny, Harold.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever spoilers.
Here's the spoiler. It wasn't that good.
No. The Last of Us show spoilers. We're probably going to use that today.
Yeah, that's going to come right back.
That's going to come. DC talk. DCU talk. Anime filler talk. When was that? That was when I wasn't on.
Yeah, that had been sometime you were on.
Okay.
You can always tell because it's lower caps.
Right.
That's only going to ever apply that one time, so we can probably.
And final thoughts, which we should keep.
We should keep that one. Yeah.
And Oscar talk. We already have one, so I'm.
Wait, we already have one. Yeah, so I'm gonna delete the old Oscar stock then.
All right. And finally, is Rufio Filipino? Let's keep that for next year so we can reminisce.
Yep, just reflecting on the good times. I went to Black Adam just to get to the post credits. That went well.
Was I there for that with you, William? Because I feel like it's a crapshoot of whether or not we're at the same movie. But I feel like we were.
When's the last time you saw Chance Ellison, Nat?
When's the what?
When's the last time you saw Chance Ellison?
Oh, I saw him. I think Bros was the last time. It's been a while.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute. I saw Late to the Party and Tim Franco at Ant-Man though.
Sick. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you sit next to him, or did you sit far away from him?
I didn't realize they were there until after I left. So I walked out and I just saw him there. I was like, "Hey, I know you."
Yeah. And they're like, "Hey, aren't you from that Schmodown thing? Like, how long is it going to be before we start forgetting?"
I don't know. I never want to forget.
Yeah, otherwise I'll never be a celebrity again. So that's probably
Harold says I don't remember. I will say though, I think it was like for the movie we're about to talk about. No, actually no. What movie just came out?
Creed 3.
No, after that.
Oh. Not Cocaine Bear.
I'm gonna check my letterboxd.
Not John Wick yet.
No, Shazam is this week, so that's not it.
Yeah.
It was a Scream 6.
Scream 6, that's right.
So for Scream 6, you don't know this, Harold, but I saw you in my car. You were like parked right across from me. So I didn't say hi or anything, but I saw you. You're like just parked like 2 cars away from me.
Which is about as horror movie as it gets, as a thing to hear out loud.
I thought about like taking a picture and airdropping it to him, but like I don't have. But that's like going too far.
Yeah. I think you absolutely could crash those reactions. If I saw Late to the Party at any point and they start filming their shit, you better believe I'm gonna be like, "It's your boy C2A Camacho," and I'm just immediately gonna interject whatever they're doing and ruin the content.
Well, if you were there, they probably invite you on. Like I've been in a bunch of those.
Probably, but
yeah.
Anyway. I'm not, and they don't. So, damn Arizona film lovers. Creed 3.
No, hang on.
Oh.
There we go. So we're going to be talking about Creed 3. I don't know if Danny's seen this because he said he would because the anime fights, and you got to like have anime fights to like get Danny to watch anything.
Yeah.
But goddamn, this movie's so good.
It's the worst Creed.
It is the worst Creed. It is the worst Creed. Yeah, I agree with that.
That being said, it's still pretty decent.
You haven't seen any of the Rockies, correct?
Correct.
So this is like last year your rankings, which is crazy to me. But yeah, go on.
So if you tuned into this movie because you want to see anime fights, you're watching the wrong movie for it. Here's the most anime moment. There's the big hit, the big stomach punch that they show in the trailer, I believe, which shows like the water blasting off of Michael B. Jordan. Great homage to Dragon Ball Z. Otherwise, the most anime stuff is the like backdrops happening.
Punch each other at the same time with the bell ring. That's so anime.
All right, that one is too. But
yeah,
there
was a cage.
Yeah, but the cages aren't anime. Cages are wrestling, if anything. So no, I have mixed feelings about the final fight. We're gonna leap right into the final fight, right? So, performance-wise, great. Jonathan Majors, exceptional. Michael B. Jordan, good. Tessa Thompson, good. In fact, the fact that Tessa Thompson and Michael B. Jordan didn't feel stale in their relationship 3 movies in was a pretty big win for me in this movie.
I can't believe you've done this.
Good. I will not watch this then. Danny, you're the worst. Plus, now their daughter is deaf, and we're signing, and signing always puts the movie over for me because I fucking love sign language and being able to see.
I was gonna say, on paper, this movie's made for you.
It really is. Anime influenced Creed movie with Jonathan Majors, Tessa Thompson, and sign language. This has a lot of stuff I love.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time I didn't get particularly emotionally invested into the fight. You know, so Creed 1, it's the underdog rise up story. Boom, I'm in. Like I want to see him. I want to see him become champ on his first title fight. He doesn't. That's great. They need to lose. Creed 2 fights against fucking Drago Jr. and that shit is intense. It's so hooked. You're so in. You have all these reasons to be in. He's fighting for
The
himself.
fact that you've never seen Rocky 4 and you're still emotionally invested in that movie was a testament to the film.
It is. It is. Creed 3. He's fighting to tell his homie that he's fucking up. He's fighting, like the motivation is there, but the emotion just didn't feel like it was there for me. I don't know. Am I off on this now? Do you feel like this was the like least emotionally driven fight for you?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I still loved it. Danny says, "What is the Creed OP anime song, Mr. Dillon?" I believe it's "With Arms Wide Open." But
no.
So I knew you would do this. I knew you would be like, "Oh, this is an anime enough for me."
It's not even. That's not my problem with it though. Like, all right, first of all, if you're gonna say it's gonna be anime influence, that's fine. I mean, first of all, practically everything's anime influence at this point. So let's like get our facts there.
Well, all right. I think anime is Rocky influence. That's let's not get into it.
So my follow-up thought to this though is that like it definitely kept trying to market this movie to weebs with this anime marketing. I'm like, bro, this movie ain't very fucking anime. Like, you're not coming here for strong Japanese influence or things like that. You know, if you're gonna have this battle, you better have some Naruto versus Sasuke like shit going on in this fight with Jonathan Majors against Michael B. And didn't even feel like I got that, which is fine. I don't need that to enjoy the Creed movies up to this point. Dylan has to watch Rocky 4. It's on AFS top 10 movies. Where's Jurassic Park on that list? Anyways, so case in point, I enjoyed this film. The fights are good. Jonathan Majors fucking up the Hispanic and or Latino champion before Felix, yeah. Felix, who I didn't believe once as this killer in the ring. Like,
well, he's a natural boxer, so he's not known for his acting.
Oh, he's unbelievable as an actor, right? I will say, so is Drago. Drago's a boxer, but I believe him he's a little bit more of an actor, but he's also built like a fucking.
So did you know Drago was in Shang-Chi?
I did. He's Razor Arm.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until someone mentioned it. I was like, what?
I did realize that. No, I knew that one pretty early on. Harold says 3. Not high enough. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I didn't feel like I needed to hate him enough. I didn't feel like the movie also didn't. It really wanted to have its cake and eat it with the drama. Like, they really want Damien to be a bad guy, a good guy, and a bad guy again, and a good guy again. You know, like it felt like he tiptoed the lines a little too quickly. Like, good guy up front, but you realize he's fighting selfishly to get back what he feels like he deserves. Fine, but you know what? They didn't really let him pick a lane. Even after the fight's done, they have like this, like, I talked you back to the village Sasuke moment for Danny, where it's just like, okay, I trained up, I beat you, and now you're gonna be chill again, bro. We gotta start hanging out. Like, I don't know. He kind of fucked up Creed's fucking sporting event. He had a dude go back to jail for assaulting Drago Jr. He sat there and told him, "I'm gonna take everything." Seems like they should have left him be more of a bad guy.
You know what? That's fair. I will say, like, I am pretty disappointed by this movie. I expected it to be better just because I love Creed and Creed 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time, as you can see right there. And Creed 2 is still my favorite Rocky movie. But this had all the recipes for success for me, at least. I thought great villain and Jonathan Majors, anime influence, which I love, even though I don't really care about anime.
Shut the fuck up.
It's a Creed movie, so you would think that it would be really good, but like I feel like it missed a lot from Stallone. Like you felt his missing presence.
You
like,
really do. Arigato gozaimasu. No, yeah, Rocky being on this one definitely made the movie felt like it was lacking. But I think even more than that, the cinematography of the boxing fights didn't feel as heavy, as weighted, right?
So I did think it was cool how they had the whole like sequence where it's like it was
Where it's
just
like
them in
dead
the ring.
quiet and there's no audience is
Right.
the best one they did, right?
I did really like that. I did think it was weird that they skipped all the rounds in that one moment. It was like, oh, we're at the
Yeah.
last round already. That was weird. I rewatched Creed 2. Love this climax. Great movie. Yeah, it's so good.
Creed
Super
2,
good.
here's really quick my review of Creed 2. Creed 2, while being less, I think like Creed 1's a better movie. Creed 2 has the best highs and the best lows of the Creed stuff though. Like
I would say that's accurate. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
objectively Creed 1 is the better movie.
Yeah.
But I just love Creed 2 so
But
goddamn
also
much.
Tessa Thompson bringing Creed out and singing her song and doing that shit is fucking peak Creed right
See,
there.
that's another thing that I feel like this movie dropped the ball on was there wasn't enough Tessa Thompson.
There wasn't enough Tessa Thompson, and there wasn't even really any big openings in the same way that I was kind of used to. This one felt like they just kind of came out, and I was like, the movie's kind of made a spectacle of.
I will say this had probably my second favorite entrance of all the Rocky movies, which was when Felix came out.
Felix's was all right. I'll say that you're right. Felix's was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was. I'm always gonna enjoy these movies, even the bad ones. I enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, bad one. There's only Creed.
This is how Rocky fans got born in the first place, right? That's how they kept making more, and people kept watching them. This is the Creed effect.
I'll watch it till the day I die.
No.
But no, yeah, I definitely agree with your points. I feel like Jonathan Majors did the best he could with what he was given.
Yeah.
But like, it kind of felt weird how you're right. He went from good guy to like a really, really sudden heel turn.
Yeah.
And then back to good guy.
So, I honestly, if they had made him a good guy that was just angry and processing, like if he was literally Creed on the other side, like again, Creed, whenever he's mad and he's trying to process and deal with like this past trauma, go through it, and he's distancing himself from Damien because he just reminds him of that trauma and place and time. Great storyline for Creed. For Damien, they couldn't figure out if this was a revenge story or if he cared for for Adonis, or if he's like, is he his ride or die? Like, it just felt like it was trying to go either or, and it didn't capture the essence of both. I think if they kept him on the good side, but he was good and he was like, no, you abandoned me, you left me there, I did this for you, I would die for you, like I would go to jail for you, I would do this for you, and like you're family to me, but I've got to show you how I process my anger, and how I process my anger from these years of being locked up and having the life that I had is I've got to fight you, is I got to talk your shit, is I got to put your name down to the dirt, because it's like, that's where I come from. That's what you left me with after I fought for you. And I think if they had stuck the landing on that through line with him, that would have been so much better. There would have been so much more emotional depth for him to be able to learn, for both of them to learn through their trauma and say, like, it is better for us not to have to sit here and beat our faces in, and like we can come to terms and be brothers again, right? Like,
yeah,
this really could have came together as like a Warriors like moment towards the end, and it just felt like it really dropped the ball.
Sure, yeah, no, I agree. Like, I do think it's weird that their solution to every problem is just us fight each other,
which is the most anime part of it, frankly. Where
right.
It's just like, all right, well, I don't know how to fucking talk to you anymore.
This whole thing could have been resolved if they just communicated. I'm just saying,
yeah.
Like,
I totally get that. Instead of talking, the series effectively.
Yeah. William Harris says the best entrance is Apollo in 4. You're not wrong. That's probably the best entrance.
You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna cue this up real quick.
You should probably watch 4.
Let me see this. Let me see this. I'll tell you right now.
You're really gonna watch? It's a very long entrance, Dylan.
A 5-minute entrance. Why?
Because it's James Brown singing them in.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself so we don't get flagged.
All right. Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna carry the show. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was with all I said, I don't want to sound like I'm too negative on this film. I still think it was great. I thought it was really. I wish they leaned more into the anime aspect. I do actually agree with Dylan about this, where I feel like they got a foot in the water. I wish they just went all in 110% into the anime aspect. I thought that would have been really cool. I also feel like the final fight was interesting, but I really liked the first fight of the movie where it's him fighting against Tommy from Creed 1. I thought that was really well done. I was like, oh, this movie's gonna fucking bang.
Pretty Rick and Condon got his face beat in. Welcome back. We're tying up all the loose ends.
Yeah, for sure. And it was off to such a great start, but then it kind of like petered out a little bit. I say that, but it's still like my number 2 movie of the year. Like it's so good. This is a movie that I will definitely go back to, like the other ones. And yeah, super good. That was great. That's it. Is the entrance? You're still watching the entrance?
Dude, this entrance is hella extra.
It's a lot.
Bottom 5 entrance for that reason. I'm a man of simplicity. I like big, heavy, but like classic traditional. This is a song and dance routine, misguided or masquerading as an entrance.
You're saying that because you don't have the context for who Apollo Creed is, because you've never seen the first 3 Rocky movies to lead
Correct.
up to that moment.
Yeah. So here's my hot take: Pretty Ricky Conlan's entrance is better than this guy's. More hype.
I don't remember Pretty Ricky Conlan.
Pretty Ricky's the guy comes out with the fire, blows slowly out like it's the flamethrower guy. Comes out, spits the fire.
Was that Creed 3 or Creed 1?
Creed 1.
Huh.
I rewatched. I speed ran through Creed 1 and Creed 2 again before I watched Creed 3.
But I was like, watch the Rocky movies.
Nope. Nor the Top Gun movies. But yeah,
there's only 2 of them.
Bro, the entrance to Pretty Ricky's was like, it's like strangely hype. Like, I don't know, it just feels like it gave it the right gravitas to it. Like the guy doing the fire right off the cuff, and then it's just the song. It's just like, don't waste my time. Better not, it just fucking hits.
I remember it now. Yeah.
It just had all the right fucking energy to it.
So my favorite entrance is still Creed 2, the Icon entrance, the Jaden Smith entrance.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Just such a good song. There's a robot in that movie. There is in fact a robot.
Thank you for confirming why I shouldn't watch this movie. Arigato gozaimasu.
You gotta watch it. The robot's not in the Rocky V Drago cut. You should watch that.
I guess you could say that, Harold. I guess you could. I guess you could say that one. I got nothing. Anyway, yeah, so Creed 3, good, not great. Creed 1, great. Creed 2, really, really good. Creed 3, good.
Okay. That's fair. I don't disagree too much on that.
Yeah.
I will say Creed 1, great. Creed 2, perfect movie.
Perfect.
Creed 3, really good.
No. Creed 2 is really good. Creed 2 is really good. It is not a perfect movie, though.
Perfect movie. Let's move on to our final and main topic of the day.
Yes.
The Last of Us.
Woo! I will say, there's one understandable decision that they didn't do that I kind of wish they did. Joel didn't get a flamethrower option to kill people in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And I really kind of wanted to see him have a flamethrower.
Well, I really wanted to see that rabbit get an arrow through the neck, but we don't always get what we want.
9.5 out of 10 this show for these reasons alone. They did the stuff, man. They did the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they did everything that we thought they would. William Harold says flame emoji, which is accurate. Yeah, I mean, so I didn't watch this live. I was watching the Oscars.
Same.
I didn't have to worry because like we know what happens, and as gamers, and I felt good about that. I think they knocked that out of the park. I think they pulled it off so well. They paced it really well. Well, okay, I say they paced it really well, but this episode felt like it was 15 minutes long.
It
like,
did.
I could have used more.
Very quick.
It just flew by. I was like, oh, we're right at the end. It was so the Ashley Johnson bit at the beginning that took 15 minutes. And
yeah, they ran through that, but as somebody as this was like show DLC, if you will, I enjoy it.
I loved it. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but like once that was over, I looked at the time, I was like, wow, we don't have much to go. Like,
right. And they're like, well, we don't got much left to cover, buddy. That's the best part.
Yeah. Alan says, is there a flamethrower in the game? You should play it.
You should play it, Alan. Don't play the second one though. You gotta wait for the second season to drop, and then you can play Last of Us Season 2. I loved watching the reaction. No, I'm with you. Like, I told Hannah to stay the fuck off of social media whenever we were watching it. I didn't want her to get spoiled for it or for her to go spoil it herself because she's that kind of person. No, I think that this is like, it's just a start to finish great fucking story. They just leave you off on this perfect note of like Ellie having doubts but just wanting to believe Joel because it's like, what?
So I wanted to bring this up in an earlier episode, but I caught a little piece of foreshadowing. In the episode where they find they're in Colorado, in Tommy's place.
Yes.
And they're by the dam, and Ellie asked Joel how a dam works. And he said he doesn't know. And Ellie says, "You could have made something up. I would have believed you." And I was like, "Oh, that is foreshadowing something."
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. That's a good one
that.
too for that one. But that's exactly how the ending plays out, right? Like, I think that it's clear both in the game and this one. I think she does know that Joel's lying to her, but she wants to believe him, so she's just not gonna.
She says she would have believed him, which is to say she chooses to believe him, not that she actually believes him.
Correct. She is not gullible, but she chooses to have faith in Joel that just, and all else fails, he's gonna have his best interests. But man, seeing Joel gobnode his way through the fucking hospital, pretty good. Him killing the doctor so carelessly, and like that probably won't have any repercussions. And for like
I so badly want to spoil The Last of Us Part 2. So bad.
I know. I mean, listen, let's put it this way, right? Killing the one that seems to be incredibly knowledgeable doctor about this specific disorder feels like it would just have implications regardless for the world, right? If they're going to open up a sequel, it probably has to do with that, regardless of how that all goes. Harold says that doctor's nobody. Correct. Don't look too further into that. Danny says the scene of Joel told that he was the guy that missed and basically told Ellie it wasn't him. It wasn't that. Whatever. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, the scene. I felt like, am I having a stroke while reading this, or is it just me?
Yeah, yes, no, it's not just you. It's just the way he wrote
it. God damn it.
But no, we get what he's saying. He's saying like, that scene was so perfect because
him just
if you listen to the Last of Us podcast, they talk about the scene a lot where she's not. There's basically saying "I love you" without outright saying it. Like this is their way of saying "I love you." Saying Joe saying that it wasn't time that healed him. It implies that it was her, and then she says, "Well, I'm glad you didn't go through with it." That's her way of saying she loves him.
Right. Yeah, it's the small moments you didn't, and you didn't think you're gonna get one more time, but you do.
So this is where I think that the game has a strength that the TV show doesn't have, because the game forces you to do this. Like when I played it, I didn't want to kill all those people. Like I was like, oh, I hate that they're making me do this, but like you have to do this to finish the game.
I looked at Hannah during this part where Joel's just like killing people.
Yeah.
And like just was like, yeah, this is still a reasonable response. They're gonna kill my girl. I gotta kill them. Like,
no, I agree, because there's gonna be a lot of discourse about this ending. There already is, but like
there should be. I mean, you know what? I'm glad that the TV show people are finally catching up on all the discourse that we had about it whenever Last of Us
like 10 years ago. Yeah. But no, there definitely should be a discourse because it's not black and white. There's no right or wrong answer.
No.
Joe did what any parent would do, which is save his daughter at any cost. And that shows how love can be a twisted thing where it's the dark side of love, where you would do anything for the people that you love. And this is a perfect example of that, where we see like the good side of love with Bill and Frank, where they have their happy ending. And you see the dark side of love where Joel takes it too far and just like does whatever he has to save Ellie.
Kills all these fireflies, take away Ellie's purpose.
These fireflies who are pretty innocent. Like I wouldn't say they're like good people because they're fireflies, but like some of these people had their hands up. They weren't a threat to Joel at all. But he didn't.
The one who like leaves his gun off and he's just like, nope, done.
Right.
Like
he doesn't hesitate at all, which is like I feel like when you think about it, that's what a parent would do in that situation.
Right. But to that point though, right? Like So for those of you guys who who don't know about Last of Us 2, here's like just the tiniest little like insight into like how season 2 will kind of go. It's all about perspective. In this instance, where we love Joel and Ellie. Joel and Ellie are our characters. So we are like unequivocally, yeah, murder everybody, Joel. You're right. They would have come after you. They would have sought revenge. They would have tried to sit there and get Ellie. They would have turned us into like this whole like crusade. So Joel doing what he does, I do feel is just, but those Fireflies tried to burn down Gotham. You're goddamn right, and they had to go. That being said, from our perspective, we associate and love Joel and Ellie for going through this experience. But anybody else's perspective, Joel is the villain in this part. Joel to the world, if the rest of the world found out that there was possibly a cure, and Joel chose chose Ellie over that, he is viewed
chose
as
one girl over everyone.
Right. Talk about really being like enemy number one of the world at that point.
Yeah.
So that perspective,
this is essentially the trolley problem, where you can save one person or you can save multiple, and
yes.
There's a reason why it's called the trolley problem. There was called the trolley dilemma because it is a dilemma. Like there's no clear answer.
Laura Bailey made a cameo as the nurse.
Oh, I'm thinking she might come back season 2.
Probably comes back. Season 2. I'm like eagerly awaiting. They've already announced that season 2 will be a split season. They're going to do more than one to cover the full Last of It, which I was so about at first when I heard about it, and then I was like, no, Last of Us 2 is a really fucking long game. They probably do need that much time to kind of cover and weave it.
I think that's the right call.
I think what's most engaged or what's hooked on me though is like, how are they going to? Okay, I'm not going to say it, but this is like, don't look too much into this, boys. But there's at least a couple storylines and characters that we follow in Last of Us 2. And I'm wondering if they're going to weave between, or if it's going to go one and one, or.
Yeah, I don't know, because they touched on this a little bit on the podcast, Neil and Craig.
Yeah,
where they said they have an advantage with TV that you don't get in the game, where you can flip between perspectives.
It's true. In the game, it would be much more clunky for them to flip-flop between the storylines that we're kind of fixating on this on Last of Us 2. In the show, it definitely feels like it could go tick for tack. But there's also the timelines of like how it lines up too, because of course, it kind of has to get into like, there's parts of the show that happen in the current, there's parts of the show that happen in the past, and there's parts of the show that happens at like, the future aspects of the show. So,
right.
Whatever. I trust them to do it however they're going to do it. I'm just curious how it's going to be done at this point.
Harold says, I hope season 2 starts by focusing on blank and building up to the reveal that blank.
Hold on. I want to play this one real quick. It starts by focusing on yes.
You got it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That would be a good way to go, honestly. Yeah.
I kind of.
It's hard. It's hard to know what the right way to go about this is, because it's such a unique thing to tackle.
It is because I actually think that I think you follow the game formula for the first part. I think you do. I think you demonize before you play the perspective game.
Yeah.
I think you let it play from. I think you let everything play from as like how things. I know. I'm sorry, people who haven't seen less or haven't.
It's so hard not to spoil.
It's so hard not to spoil. I would say I think that it's more important for them. I think it's more important for you to view a certain character the way that Joel and Ellie views them off the cuff from their perspective, and then to come back and flesh them out, because I think that's so much more powerful to like sit there and to view a character a certain way and then have to have your biases challenged instead of giving you that preemptive like they're human too and then putting them in that circumstance. Although really still I could see that being still gut-wrenching.
I hope they do that. I hope they show one part of the game and then the other part of the game, and then season 2 go back and then back again. Because it was so jarring whether it happened in the game. Like the flip was so sudden.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can get that if you just like flip back and forth. So yeah, I don't know. It's just tough.
I think no matter what, it's going to be an interesting take on it, because I remember thinking like the takes from The Last of Us 2 were so people were fighting about it, right?
Yeah.
Only until I got to the end did I feel like it was like really brilliant. However, like just insane how that whole like story plays out. But I think it's something where it's like, yeah, you just I don't know. I just can't wait. I've got years to wait to figure it out. It's gonna be like probably
We're talking about this now, but it's gonna come out in like 2 or 3 years.
it's gonna come out in like
It's the
2025.
HBO schedule.
I do hope that they shoot it. I do hope they shoot it and finish
Yeah.
and shoot it in one big burst though, and that they just edit out and do the scenes over the period of like 1 year. Like it'll be like let's say November through like March or something like it did like this time, and then it ended up being like a late like summer, early December finish or something.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, we gotta stop talking about this though because we're gonna get too deep into.
We can't.
This actually makes me really want to replay Last of Us 2 now though.
I know it hasn't even been that long, but I'm itching to go back.
No, it hasn't. But also the gameplay is just really good on that game. So like,
it's so good.
Yeah, but I also don't. I'm also so afraid to play it because now Hannah knows like the stories of of Last of Us 1, so I don't want her to like randomly pop in and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" and be like, "Oh my god," like.
So you should like if she's like hankering for more, you should show us the game trailer for The Last of Us Part 2 because that is one of my favorite trailers of all time. It doesn't give anything away.
Yeah,
I think you should show that to her.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hope they shoot parts of Bella now and then others later when she's older. I agree. I think that would be. I mean, again, because she's 18, if I recall correctly, right? So, yeah, the amount of time. I mean, 18 to 21, you can age a decent amount in that time, so to speak. So, yeah, I kind of hope they do. For a second, I thought whenever they had Ashley Johnson come up, it was so funny that it literally felt like that. It could have easily. I knew they were playing her as like Ellie's mom, but I was like, she could easily be playing like future Ellie.
Yeah, they look really like her and Bella Ramsey.
Yeah,
like I know like they didn't cast Bella Ramsey because she looked like Ashley Johnson, but like you could believe that these two are mother and daughter.
Right, you could believe that they're mother and daughter, or that even that she's playing like a future version of Ellie, like Ellie that's like 5 or 10 years attached. Like if they had hot D time skipped us, this could have easily been like the time skip Ellie.
Yeah.
Ellie is Blade, basically. Yeah.
I didn't think about this as well. Yeah.
Not wrong. Me too, Smitty. Can't wait to see the Shimmer, or can't wait to see Shimmer in action.
We got baby Shimmer.
Yeah. We got baby Shimmer. Alan, at first I thought you were talking about the Shimmer from oh no, I immediately forgot the movie. Annihilation. And I was like, I don't know what Annihilation has to do with it, but I do love that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. She's the
yeah. I think they really nailed this entire series.
Yeah.
I will say it's hard for me. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it the best TV show of all time now, though?
That's tough because I think I'll have a better idea once it's all said and done. This is just one season, so it's hard to say, but it's on its way.
Humor me. Last of Us Season 2 comes out, crushes the landing. Greatest TV show of all time now?
Honestly, I would. It's so hard because like, there's a lot of great TV shows, but yeah, I would say it definitely has a good shot of being, in my eyes, the greatest TV show ever made.
Guys, are we too high on our gamer copium for saying this? Listen, I'll say this. Last of Us Season 1 is one of the fittest TV shows I've ever seen in my entire life, though. That show never feels like it's wasting a minute. That show never feels like it's sitting on a moment for too long. And that show never feels like it doesn't have a setup that the payoff doesn't always come off to be.
No, yeah, I agree. It was from start to finish, you were hooked. Every episode felt unique. You got glimpses in different people's lives. I thought it was so good. It was as the bar was very high.
Yeah. All right, Nat, really quick, I'm going to play a quick game with you. Just Season 1 against Season 1, okay?
Okay.
Season 1 of Last of Us versus Season 1 of Breaking Bad. Who wins?
I knew you were gonna put these two against each other. Right now, I would say The Last of Us. Season 1 of Breaking Bad is in my favorite.
Okay. Last of Us Season 1
If we're taking the show as a whole, then for right now, I'd say Breaking Bad beats out Last of Us.
Well, to be fair, Last of Us hasn't got to tell their whole story, so that's not fair to
Right.
Last of Us. So, Last of Us season 1 versus Daredevil season 1.
Last of Us.
Last of Us season 1. Friends season 1.
The Last of Us by a mile. It's not even close.
Guys, help me out here. What's another?
It
What's
might be the best season 1.
Period? Is this, if
so,
nothing else, the best season 1 that exists? Period.
I think it is because, like, what can top it? Like, shows don't usually find their footing in season 1.
All right, guys. If you guys watched, put me in the chat. Let me know. What do you think? Do you have a show that you feel like season 1 is better than Last of Us season 1, based on purely their season 1 merits, not their whole story, just the season 1?
The Last of Us season 1 or Westworld season 1?
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Westworld season 1 was something special.
Westworld season 1 is phenomenal. Phenomenal. But my gamer bias won't let me say Westworld over. Westworld season 1 is probably just a smidge under The Last of Us season 1.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would ask Hannah to tiebreak for me, frankly, on that one. I just don't know. I can't. Twilight Zone or Star Trek TOS, terms of service. So I don't know. I'm a Star Wars guy, so by default.
Is it bad that I actually don't know what TOS stands for?
I actually don't know either.
I've never seen anything Star Trek.
I'm like The Last Frontier, and I'm like, that's not TLF.
The original series.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I still like terms of service better, frankly.
We can go with that.
Flight of the Conchord season 1 is a hard to beat. Flight of the Conchord season 1 is pretty good. Okay, fair, but I don't have it above Westworld, and I don't have it above Last of Us.
I think Last of Us is pretty hard to top.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything topping it. Westworld was a good reminder because I always forget about that one. Leftovers is good, but it's not like guys like
The Last of Us or True Detective season 1.
Last of Us, and True Detective is really fucking good on season 1.
I haven't seen True Detective, so I don't know.
True Detective is really good,
but I've heard it's like probably the best season of television.
It's very high up there. It is very, very, very high up there. Honestly, as good as True Detective is, here's my nerd bias. Andor season 1's a little better.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, I cannot shill that show hard enough. That show went in places.
I've seen the first 3 episodes. It was whatever, you know.
Bro, and the first 3 episodes are
Star
easily
Wars.
the weakest episodes of that series. Once you're riding the new mini arcs of that one, it's such a roller coaster.
Okay. Andor or Sandman season 1?
Andor sticks the landing better, but Sandman's exceptional still.
Okay, so Andor.
Yeah. So really quick, here's my top 5 season, maybe top 5 seasons of TV of all time. So I guess it's Last of Us season 1, Westworld season 1.
Daredevil.
Something about Daredevil 1 or 3 feels like it should be in this list.
Yeah.
But it's probably still gotta be. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Andor season 1 is so fucking good. And it's not just because it's Star Wars. In fact, it's because it's not Star Wars that it is good in the Star Wars. Bias all day long. I'm gonna say it's Andor, Sandman, True Detective, Daredevil season 3, Daredevil season 1. It's probably the very next 2.
You're Daredevil season 3 guy. Okay. Yeah, me too. I think so. I think Daredevil season 3 is probably the best.
It is. And mostly because everybody thought that they were writing it off, and I feel like nobody watched it. It's the most everybody will sit there and say season 1 is
It's
exceptional because
so
it is.
good.
But
I
people
think
wrote
it's
off.
Kingpin at his best in season 3.
It's Kingpin at his best. It's Daredevil at his best. It's definitely
It's
fucking
freaking
Karen.
Bullseye. Bullseye just fucking
Bull-
amazing.
Bullseye's sick, and Karen is far and away at her best in this one.
Yeah, too bad she's not coming back born again.
Sorry. Explain in anime what Andor is about.
So this is exactly how to get me not to watch just anime and Star Wars.
Andor, Danny, Andor in the best way possible felt like it was mixing the action and sci-fi thriller aspects of Ghost in the Shell for the middle of the season, followed by the psychological thriller of, let's say, like a Paranoia Agent, or just frankly like what's the Black Mirror of anime that I could easily point to on this one? Like the Paprika, or the other film by that director, by the tail end of the series. What am I thinking of? Blue something?
Can't help you on this one.
That's gonna kill me. Hold on. Satoshi Kon, what's his filmography? What's the film I'm thinking of? No, I'm not gonna look at chat. I'm gonna find it before Danny sits there and points it out to me first. Perfect Blue. I knew it was Blue something. Yeah, so it has the sci-fi action thrill of a Ghost in the Shell in the middle arc, and the last arc feels like Perfect Blue levels of psychological thriller. That's the anime version of selling you on this one.
He's not gonna watch it.
I think he.
Danny, has Danny even seen The Mandalorian? I don't know. I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't think he has. Mando's pretty good. Mando had a very International Women's Day episode last episode, which is not to say it was bad. It was just very much like, well, Bo-Katan's got to go save the day.
Huh. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
Oh, Bo-Katan gets really gets to shine next episode.
Oh, great.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think so far I'm like really enjoying Mando season, the Mando new season. It's only a couple episodes in, but I'm like, cool. We're really pushing the Mandalorian.
I haven't seen it because I heard there's like Bad Batch tie-ins and everything. I was like, I'm not. That's a lot to watch.
Yeah, nobody's watching Bad Batch. Don't worry about them now.
I'm certainly not.
I've only seen season 1 and half of season 2 of Mando, I'm presuming. Oh. Well, go watch and finish Andor, and then go back to the second half of Mando.
I'm kind of surprised that there's someone in our C2A group that cares less about Star Wars than I do, but that's Danny.
Honestly, between you, Danny, and Alex,
yeah, it's those three.
You guys are definitely the low tier of caring on Star Wars, and then you have like Paul, Danny Joy, me, I guess probably Kelsey.
Kelsey named her cat after Kylo Ren, so she cares quite a bit.
Yeah, but that's more Adam Driver love than Star Wars love, I think. But yeah, that order feels about right. Everybody else is kind of neutrally in the middle. Paul hates Star Wars. Correct. I've never seen. You know what? I'll tell you this. I've never seen The Man Watch one. Have you, Nat?
I can't say I have.
I've
seen him watch other movies, but just not.
I've seen him watch Batman: The Dark Knight Rises, but I've never actually seen him watch Star Wars.
That's the one.
No head errors. Facts. That's why he hasn't watched it. I think he's just reading up on the Wikipedia and then regurgitating some thoughts. Don't tell Jake I haven't watched a Star Wars cartoon. That's through. Jake.
Oh yeah, Jake is about Star Wars too.
Jake's pretty high up there in there as well. Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, guys, that's probably our show. My sinuses are killing me. The weather shift here. I don't know how it is in Arizona now, but the weather shifts in Kentucky are fucking stupid. We had spring for 3 days, and now it was 30-something today. My sinuses
wow.
Are
yeah, no, ours is pretty consistently hot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't say that I have that.
But it's like dry Arizona hot. I'll take dry Arizona hot after the fucking.
Well, okay, so it's hot for me as a New Yorker, but like it's pretty chilly up here. Like now is the coldest time of the year.
Right.
Also, it did snow. It did snow.
It snows one day and 75 the next day. Yeah, well, that's Kentucky weather right there.
Yeah. So this was the first time I've seen snow in Arizona, so that was pretty Pretty weird.
How was that?
It was weird. I mean, it didn't. So what New York snow, it stays on the ground and it gets all slushy and gross. Here, it just like melts away. Like, you barely even know it's there.
So wait, so what happens when it like melts though? Does it turn into sand? Like, like how does that?
That's not how it works. Is it turns into water when it melts.
Okay. So what do you guys do with water in Arizona?
Nothing. It's just, I don't know. It's just water.
It doesn't drown the eastern part of the state.
That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think it's even that severe yet.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, it's just there and gone.
Because I'll tell you,
noon.
Gone by noon. Yeah, I'll tell you, when it rains really heavy in the western part of Kentucky, it all just washes down to the eastern parts of Kentucky, drowns them all.
Really?
Yeah, that's literally what happens. We'll flood when western floods, eastern gets drastic floods.
Huh.
A Dance
I would not want to live there.
Winona Ryder and Edward Scissorhands. I don't remember that movie. I've watched it. Winona Ryder's a babe, so I'd watch it just to watch Winona Ryder again. I just said what everybody else was thinking. Fight me.
I mean, it's true, and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Watch her Celebrity Crushes episode. She's pretty high up there for Dylan.
Yeah, really high up there. I really enjoy Winona Ryder. Maybe just under, probably just under Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, I don't remember her being on your list.
I'm sure she had
Helena Bonham Carter.
Because it's every time I watch Sweeney Todd, I remember, God damn, Helena Bonham Carter can get it.
Yeah, no, I remember Heather Graham being on your list.
Heather Graham is also very high on my list.
Yeah. I think we need to redo that episode because I forget who was on your list.
Listen, we all know. As long as we remember who's our number one, Snap. That's all that matters.
Barbara
Palvin crushed it.
Anyway,
now, really quick.
That's a good place to stop.
That's a good place to stop. But really quick. So I was asking Hannah earlier. I have this app that's has a series of questions that you ask your partner at date nights or different categories and stuff. And one was what's your ideal sandwich? And then she's like, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, mine's probably Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Tessa Thompson. And she's
That's great. I was going to say Subway.
Yeah. Now sponsored by Subway. Make sure when you order it on Subway online, don't forget to use the code C2AAAA for free delivery.
I thought we had a Subway background, but that was on the old StreamYard.
Oh man, we need to get that one uploaded to this one. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the Tim Burton ladies, correct, effectively, Alan. You're absolutely right on that one. Anyway, guys, thanks. You know what? Thank you as always is tuning in. It's one thing when me and Nat are just looking to hang out. It's another thing when we get to share that hangout with the homies and chat and hang out with you guys. And I hope we got to entertain you for the last hour and a half. As always, have a very cool week. We're probably going to skip next week for no other particular reason other than we just don't ever do more than 3 weeks shows in a row.
We're definitely skipping next week.
Yeah, we need a content break until something good comes out, and then we can talk about it because you know what you tune in for on this show.
I mean, The Last of Us is over. There's the Shazam's coming out. No one cares about that.
I'll tell you right now, nobody cares about Shazam. I'm not watching Shazam because I'm not going to get teased into thinking that it's ever going to be important for any particular reason. It's not.
Right.
So I'll make sure to tune in 2 weeks, maybe, if we feel like it. But we'll be around. Don't worry. We ain't going anywhere. As always, let us know in the comments what you thought your favorite part of this episode was. Make sure to hit that like, because we are trying to do something with this channel still. If you haven't hit the bell so you know whenever we randomly go live. And I know you subscribe.
Because it's pretty random. We don't have a set time.
We have no set times whatsoever. And we know you subscribed, so don't worry about it. We got it.
Bye.
Bye, guys.